What's up, what's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. And if you're watching today's video, I'm going to go ahead and assume that you are looking for more ways to improve out there in the Warzone. And I've got some great news for you today. We're going to be diving into one major tip or trick that can help you with recoil control and overall accuracy. And we all know if you're more accurate, the faster you're going to be able to take people down, which increases your overall chance of survival, getting you to those wins. We all just want to improve, and that's why we're here, right? So before we jump into it, and I share with you guys this major tip or trick that can help you, if you guys do enjoy this content at any time, or you find this video helpful in any way, make sure you guys show your support for the channel by going down below and smashing that like button. Go ahead and throw an easy goal of 30 likes on today's video. As well as if you guys would like to find your way back to the channel for more Call of Duty content, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button alongside that notification bell so we don't miss you in future videos. So like I said, we're going to talk about one major tip or trick that helps with recoil control and accuracy. And I did cover this in multiplayer for Modern Warfare as well as Cold War. However, I know not everyone has access to those games, and maybe some of you guys are out there just playing Warzone for free. So I wanted to make a video showing you guys how you guys can basically replicate something very similar, which in turn can overall help your recoil control and accuracy. And you guys have pretty easy access to it. You just may not know it's right in front of you. So in order to kind of do this, in order to get this in action, we're going to jump into Plunder, which is the same thing you guys are going to be doing in order to practice this. So I'll see you guys all there. All right, so now that we're here in Plunder, I bet you're wondering what we're doing here. Essentially, we're going to be using Plunder as a private match, allowing us to test things, use it as a firing range, overall practice if we need to. And that's exactly what we're doing here today. So in order to show the example that I want to share with you guys, I am using a couple of weapons, one from Modern Warfare as well as one from Cold War. We have the Ram 7. Obviously, people have a hard time controlling the recoil with this, but it's a very good weapon, so I wanted to use that. And then obviously, the FFAR is the meta, so why not use it as an example as well? Essentially today, what we're going to be doing is universal, so you guys are going to be able to use this for any weapon in the game. And I highly recommend if you guys are having any troubles with controlling recoil on any of them, you guys do exactly this that we're doing here today, and it will help you overall improve that recoil control and overall just make you, better with those weapons, essentially making you better at the game. So what we're going to do today is we're going to get some recoil patterns. Now, in order to do this, we're going to, without controlling any recoil, shoot at this wall just to get an idea of what the recoil pattern looks like for this weapon. And essentially, we are a little bit close, but it's still going to give us a pretty good idea of how this is going to function. Essentially, we're going to shoot the wall without trying to control the recoil at all. This works for both mouse and keyboard players and controller players, but it is more specific to controller players. Essentially, you're going to be doing the same thing on a mouse. You're just going to be pulling down or, obviously countering the recoil. So in order to do that, here we go. So we're going to shoot. And as we can see, we're going up and to the left a little bit. That's the natural pattern of the weapon. Super simple. We'll get a good, nice idea of how the weapon functions. I'm going to go ahead and reload. So up and then to the left. So now the question is, how do we fix our current issues with the recoil? That's without controlling it at all. So essentially what we're going to do now is we're going to have the idea, you know what, it's going to go up a tiny bit. And more importantly, it's going to go to the left. So we're going to try to pull down to the right slightly, and it should overall even us out, making us pretty much pinpoint accurate with this gun. So again, we're going to ADS, here we go. We're going to fire, this time trying to control that accuracy, or that recoil control, I should say, leaving us with a very, very small recoil pattern, looking like we've pretty much dialed in that recoil control. So obviously I have a lot more experience using these weapons than some of you might, so I'm probably a little bit more dialed in. This is a great way that you can practice each individual weapon and get an idea of how they function, so that way you can overall improve your accuracy with them. Now, some of you may think this doesn't matter. Trust me, it absolutely does. Some of the best players out there understand recoil patterns, and that's why they're so good at controlling the recoil. Now, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing, except for we're going to use the FFAR, just so you guys have another great idea. Essentially, here we go. Firing a full clip at a wall, no recoil control. It's got pretty much only vertical recoil, a little bit to the right, obviously, and we can just throw it on the munitions box here, grab us some more ammunition. One most important thing you want to have on your class when you're out here testing stuff. And then, again, we get to try again. So mostly vertical. This time we're going to control that recoil. We're going to aim. We're going to hold down just a little bit. And we're going to do our best to kind of keep that pattern as limited as possible. That wasn't perfect, that run, but we're doing a pretty dang good job. Essentially, getting us that much closer to being that much more accurate, taking down people with all headshots if we need to. You never know what's possible. But essentially, you're able to do this with each and every weapon. Understanding the recoil pattern is huge on overall controlling that recoil in general. And that's just pretty much what we're doing here. We don't have access to private match, so we're able to come out here in the middle of nowhere in the hills and kind of test this here in Plunder. Now, if you guys are free to play, highly recommend you guys do this. You are pretty much going to be underestimating how useful this can be until you go out there and you try it for yourselves. You guys want to be more accurate? You want to know why your favorite streamer can hit shots that don't seem realistic to you? Want to know why you think some people are hacking? This is it. They've just done a lot more practicing than you have. And basically, it's your time to go out there and get that practice in so you can be an aimbot as well. Now, one major thing about aim that people kind of get confused is this isn't the only part of it that's important. Something that I can't really teach you guys in a private match or essentially out here in the middle of the hills in Plunder is tracking and overall your ability to track players. And that's going to have an important role as well. You can control the recoil. You're going to be able to hit your shots, but you're most importantly going to need to be able to follow the players as well. And that's going to all come down to you just having more experience in game, more experience in situations. So if you find yourself playing really passive, but overall want to get better at the game, maybe go challenge more of those engagements out there so you can just get that more hands-on experience, which will make you in turn better at the game. That's going to wrap things up for us here. Hopefully these small tips and tricks will help you guys improve your accuracy and recoil control and even understand how you can just improve in general. I'm going to leave you guys all to it. Hopefully, like I said, this video helped you. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support on the channel. I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace.